Neither of us expected their violence. I was given the money at once and pushed hard out of the way. He got kicked in the balls and on the side of the head as he fell. I tried to crawl to him, but I was being watched. They held me back. I could only kneel and watch. This was going wrong. Too strong, too violent. I knew something was up. Something was going to happen. And then he caught my eye. It was as if the battleground was suddenly still. All in monochrome. Just him in moving colour. And I could see his fear. Maybe 15 feet, and I could see that he knew something was up. Something was going to happen. His long hair was matted. He hadn't shaved in days. He looked a shambles as they hauled him away, a pole between his legs, so he was almost being carried, but someone pulling his hair. Another one had a long leather belt around his chest, the way you try to control a loose heifer or something. It was like something out of a carnival when they bring on the fool. He mouthed something to me. In a small, dry mouth kind of way. No idea to this day what it was he said. It could have been a million things. I wish I hadn't seen him move his mouth. Maybe 5 words. Greatest mystery for me. Not a day goes by that I don't see that mouth say those 5 or 6 words and wonder myself to pain. Journey is always longer when you don't know the quickest route. Please don't talk for too long. You mind if I change the record? No, I'm trying not to drink. It messes with my senses. 1 cigar a week used to be possible, but now the craving is like a child for mother's milk. Keep praying, keep busy, very busy. I've long forgotten what the prayers mean. Maybe it's a kind of mantra thing. If you give me your heart, I'm sorry, I'll have to give it back to you. When you get to my age, you kind of stop taking the chance card. Ace, king, queen, jack, 10, all the numbers, all the calculations. I'll never figure it out. Marlene Dietrich, Judy Garland, the mamas and papas, cry me a river and let me rest, please. Please let me rest. Sometimes I can't remember what happened yesterday. I couldn't tell you what I had for lunch yesterday, but I know that in 1033, 3, Burgundy, France. The 1000th anniversary of the death of Jesus. They all thought it was over. Time to pack it in. Call it a day. Time, gentlemen, please. The end of the world. Anybody for some bareback horse riding? Let's roll to the coast. Wine, apples, and cheese. Paint like your life depends on it. Keep telling those stories. I'm tired of this history. So tired. 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 I heard it by accident. Some too. I had some goat's cheese. I wrapped it in a small towel. I put in 10 pieces of silver in case he could sort a bride. Couldn't get the package to him. Couldn't find him. Couldn't get through the gates. Have you not heard? Golgotha. They've taken him to Golgotha. My heart fell. And I knew we were in trouble. I started running. Running. I knew I was going to be late. There's only one thing they do at Golgotha. I took a shortcut behind an old olive grove, downwind of Golgotha. Hadn't produced olives in years, and there I saw it. 3 crosses in silhouette against the night sky. Braziers burning. Thick smoke. People were laughing like they were leaving some kind of a celebration. I moved slowly. I could hardly move at all. An awful pain in the pit of my stomach. Like leaving home for the first time. 8 years of age and ready for nothing. Nailed to a cross. Huge and filthy piece of wood. Rough hewn, stripped to nearly nothing, his feet propped, nailed to a small ledge. They dug briars into his head, the blood had darkened his face, his eyes. They had pierced him in the side with a dagger, that had bled also. I was scared. Because I had been there before. Hoping against hope that someone you love is not dead, is still alive. A son of mine, once caught in a landslide. I rushed to the scene. There was nothing to see now, only the landslide. The road tidally covered in a heap of rocks and boulders and shale. When they pulled my boy out, I still thought he might be fine. Perhaps a rock had protected him from the bigger rocks, stopped him from being crushed. Crushed to pieces. Almost unrecognizable. He was gone. Back to here. Enough of my problems. Gone, I'd say, about 5 minutes. There was steam coming from him up there on the cross. He must have wet himself as he went, as he passed, as he died. The warm steam from his loins, his last action, he hissed it. 12:58. The Mongol hordes Baghdad. No! 12:58! 17 days. Between 80,000 and 2 million killers. That's a hell of a lot of people. Who gives a fuck? Dress up your history in a pretty frock. Be careful, little girl. That's a deadly weapon you're trying to conceal up there. Caliph Al must have seemed the last of the Abbasids, sewn into a Hessian sack and left out to be trampled to death by the Mongol horses. Those were the days when you earned good money. The soldier stopped me as I got closer. Trying to stop me. I gave him some silver, he let me pass. Wouldn't stop staring at me. I gave him more money and told him to take 10 paces and look away. Now, fuck off. I found a long pole on the ground with a sponge soaked in wine vinegar attached with a piece of string. I found a small wooden bucket of water and soaked the sponge. Some fighting broke out down the hill. Some women were trying to get back up the hill. Some keening and crying and shouting. Some silent, knowing what had happened. Magdalene. Beautiful, beautiful Mary. The soldiers were having none of it. They kept pushing them. And pushing them. Soldiers would drink. Rape is easy in that countryside. You lament with the pain of rape. What's the difference? I begin to paint. Oh, a long day. Came to town. What's the time to see you? Where's the festival? Buy one, get one free. I want to know if you're going to have a baby. It's a fair question. I attached the sponge to the pole again and started to wipe his face. It made it worse. Tried again. Made it worse. You could hardly make him out now. I tried his eyes. Tried to clean out the hollows of his eyes. I pulled one eye open and I knew everything. And that's such a small moment. Address the wound. I haven't seen you in these parts before. What's the real difference between China and porcelain? I can't sleep without another blanket. Mother always said a blanket beneath is worth 3 above. Behave like you know what you're doing. Build a sandcastle on a beach in Wexford and watch a tide take it away. I've seen something in your eyes that reminds me of how I used to be. Plain or toasted. There's a law for the rich, the same law for the poor. It's all down to how you play it. Keep your eyes open, watch your back, and never put all your money on a horse called Nasdaq. I had killed him. Never meant it to be that way. I've had a lot of bad press down all the days. I am the bad man. I am the monster. Always in the paintings as a dark, murky, unscrupulous kind of character. All second and third and fourth hand. Let me tell you, I heard it from someone who knew someone who had a friend whose friend saw Iscariot once at a family gathering. A right fucking dark horse, that one. Take it away and paint the dark horse even darker. Always cloaked and daggered, always full of shallows, always eyes turned away. Caravaggio, where's the colour? Lighten up a little. I never had any hair, and I had a great sense of humour. I told a great joke once. The pauper, the lion tamer, and the virgin. I told it for years. Augmented it as I went, different countries, different editions. Always got a laugh. A good belly laugh. Mostly from men, mind you. Got laughs and people left happy. That was always going to be good enough for me. They all said it. That Iscariot has a wicked sense of humour. And the absurd. Oh yes, the absurd. That's probably why they put me in charge of the money. Treasure it. And I did. Volumes of brown leather books. Adding, subtracting, multiply, divide, fraction, subsets. We had it all, and never a coin unaccounted for. Luis Figo, bet he wished he'd never moved to Real Madrid. A traitor walks the football field, transferred from the great Barca. They all took out their blood money, read notes in the sunset, shouted, "Traitor! Traitor! I was never a traitor! Never a traitor! Believe me, for history will not. I am always the fall guy in every movie, the figure in the shadows who must not be trusted. I need to know if I will be forgiven. I must know if I have to go on like this forever. I need to know." I walked away. I knew he was dead. I took the rest of the coins and gave them to a crippled beggar. A miracle. He jumped to his feet and fled to the city to drink his good fortune. I kept stopping to look back. Tear-stained, kept walking. Walked a 20-mile circle at least, ended up at dawn. Golgotha again. And he looked dreadful. All muscles gone shabby. All caked in dry blood. The stiffness had set in now, nothing moving. Nothing to move. I watched for hours, thinking of how different things might have been. Stopped thinking and fell asleep. Fast asleep. Sleep of the dead. Woke and he was gone. Cross down, not a soul, all gone. I felt more alone in that waking moment than I had ever felt before or since. Emptiness, isolation, fear. I have long lost track of power, the spirit, the sense of an order helping us through the dark nights, the nights of fear, and the nights of terror. I know I can't jump the bridge, step in front of the freight train. I can't cut the wrists in a hot bath, drifting away as the water changes colour, a glorious end. Put that in my movie and bask in the royalties. Ha! The body of a 25-year-old who looked after it. No double chin, pecs to die for, a machine man, a fit man. Strip me naked and watch me dance. I could sing a million songs for you, but we'd never have the time. Don't get to know me, for I'll only break your heart. That train will never make it to the coast. The poem ends with a full stop. There's a cliff edge, there's a consolation of the bat cave. Wrap it, baby, I'll take a dozen oysters. The velvet curtain is threaded with chains. You'll take the applause, but the curtain will kill you in the end. You're a convict. You're serving your time, and your final wishes are between the vertebrae, could it clean Sebastian? It's lunchtime in Naples. Here comes the chopper to chop off your head. Have a final dance of the evening, madam. Kiss her, but don't drop the hand. She'll respect you for it in the long run. Oh, you can smile, because your time will run out, will fade and end. You will all come across death, and you will struggle a little, but in the end, you all will give in. Have to give in. Mercifully. I am the same old doorman, always there. A cowboy, an Indian, a historian, a botanist, a tonic for the troops. I'll give you a tip for the 4 o'clock at Kempton Park. Don't listen to me, man. You'll never be able to collect your winnings. I'll dress up tonight. Put on the real smart, and I'll play for you. Old songs on an even older tenor saxophone. Get you on the back of the neck. I could show you my family tree. That's some dancing map, some journey in and out of a million stories. The lines are fading. Memory grows dimmer. I'll see you off the premises when closing time has been called. Post me your family photographs. I'll guard them for you. Keep the embers going. Keep the memories alive for you. Watch them fade yellow and corners turning. Burn them. A pyre of faded photographs. The great hiss as water hits the pile. Don't burn too many at once. You'll bring the house down. Explain that one to the Sunday newspapers. They'd have a field day. Now there's an idea. Set myself on fire. Jan Pollock, Wenceslas Square, Prague, Spring, 1968. Don't check. Now we're cooking. Seed, breed, generation. I want to go home now. It's been a long wait. It's been a long time. I want to go home if only I knew the way. Long lost my tracks. Memories. Memories of a house by a hill. Memories of fading. Some painted horse over the door. A wooden door always ajar. A shrub in a pot and a whitewashed wall with a rounded top to it. Straddled it as a boy. Rode to market and won the war. Lassoed my mother's pigs. Watched her grow on. Her arms thinned down, her skin like loose leather, all marked and wrinkled and beautiful. Her face slashed with lines. I want to go home now, but there's no home to go to anymore. Give me a handkerchief and I'll cry myself to sleep. I'm tired and broken. This morning I awoke, and whatever it was, I felt like forgiveness. The smell, the taste in the air, leave the chaos, leave the guilt. But something keeps me here, cut loose and you're really in the dark. That's the real brave boy. Pluck the courage, be the sugar man and leap out of your skin into the cold ocean. The tango is over, you've only got one shoe left. You're hanging on by a mere thread. Your mascara is blotching and your toupee tape has long since lost its stick. Your brassiere is full of old socks and your breath smells of old teeth. There's a smell of convent in the air. It's a dangerous smell, for it counts for nothing. Taste of her. Smell. The longer I am here, those are the thoughts that haunt me. Those thoughts and a million more. I'll take comfort in what I know best. I shall pray again. I can't take my bite now. Let me take it tomorrow. desperate. Flag of them happy. Me met met chebot am Iscariot am Iscariot. De mi igno visse quad tu me spectas. Tu me spectas. Day in, day out. Day in, day out, I do this for you. Every one of you in the darkness. At daybreak. At dusk. I will take this whip. And I will hurt myself. Cut myself. Pain myself. Deep scars. Until I know that I will be forgiven. For you. You are watching me. You are watching me. I was a man once. I was a man like you'd expect any ordinary man to be. A soul like you are looking at me. All my pain, all my hope, all my... A soul from a deep, deep well of souls. You can sit and you can wonder. You can watch, and I will do this until I know that my time has been worthwhile. Until I know that my back is cut so deep, so raw, so scarred, that the blood